Have you ever wondered why certain patterns in love and relationships keep repeating? Why do some people always seem to chase love, while others run from it? No matter how much we try to change, the same emotional cycles seem to follow us. According to Carl Jung, this isn't just coincidence, it's something much deeper. Jung believed that beyond our personal experiences, there exists a collective unconscious, a vast, inherited reservoir of knowledge, emotions, and patterns that shape how we see the world and, more importantly, how we love. From childhood, society conditions us to believe that love is something to be struggled for. We are told that true love requires sacrifice, endurance, and proof of devotion. Many of us grow up watching movies where the hero wins love after persistence, or hearing stories where suffering is seen as a sign of deep affection. These subconscious beliefs become the script we follow, trapping us in unhealthy cycles where we mistake attachment for love, longing for connection, and dependency for devotion. But here's the truth. Love is not meant to be a struggle. It is not a battle to be won or a prize to be earned. When we recognize the scripts we've been following, we have the power to rewrite them. Instead of seeking love from a place of lack, we can learn to cultivate love from within, breaking free from unconscious patterns and creating relationships that come from wholeness, not need. Carl Jung's work in psychology is a journey into the depths of the human psyche, where unseen forces shape our behaviors, choices, and relationships. At the heart of his theory is the concept of archetypes, universal patterns, symbols, and energies that exist in every person, regardless of culture or background. These archetypes influence how we think, feel, and act, appearing in our myths, literature, dreams, and daily lives. What are archetypes? Archetypes are like blueprints of the human experience. They represent fundamental aspects of life, such as the hero, the caregiver, the shadow, or the wise old sage. We don't learn these archetypes. They are part of us from birth. They shape how we perceive love, success, fear, and transformation. When we recognize these patterns, we begin to understand why we feel drawn to certain people, why the same struggles keep repeating, and why our unconscious mind speaks in symbols. Where do they come from? Jung believed that archetypes are innate structures of the psyche, shaped by thousands of years of human evolution. Just as our bodies inherit physical traits from ancestors, our minds inherit deep psychological patterns. This explains why people from vastly different cultures tell similar stories, why ancient myths across the world contain heroes, mentors, tricksters, and villains. These figures are not just characters. They are expressions of universal truths embedded in our unconscious. The structure of the psyche. Jung divided the psyche into three main layers. The ego. This is your conscious mind, the part of you that interacts with the world. It includes your thoughts, memories, and personal identity. The personal unconscious. This is a deeper layer, containing repressed emotions, forgotten experiences, and hidden fears that shape your reactions and behaviors. The collective unconscious. This is where archetypes live. It is not personal to you. It is shared by all humanity. It holds ancestral wisdom, myths, and instinctual patterns that have been passed down through generations. How symbols function in the psyche. Our unconscious does not communicate in words. It speaks in symbols. This is why dreams, art, and myths feel so powerful. They are the language of the unconscious mind. A lion in a dream might symbolize courage, a house might represent the self, and water might signify deep emotions. These symbols are messages from within, revealing truths we may not yet be ready to face. Freud believed dreams were merely repressed desires, but Jung saw them as much more, a gateway to self-awareness. By understanding the symbols that appear in our lives, we begin to decode our own psyche, unlocking the deeper meanings behind our struggles, desires, and patterns. The more we explore these unconscious forces, the more we reclaim the parts of ourselves we never even knew we had lost. The 12 Jungian Archetypes, discovering the hidden forces that shape you. Have you ever felt drawn to certain stories, characters, or people, but couldn't explain why? Have you noticed recurring patterns in your life? Ways you react, choices you make, struggles you face? According to Carl Jung, these patterns aren't random. They are guided by archetypes, deep, universal energies that shape how we think, feel, and experience life. These archetypes live within all of us, silently influencing our relationships, ambitions, and fears. They show up in the books we love, the movies that move us, and the roles we naturally take on in life. Jung identified 12 core archetypes, each representing a distinct way of seeing and navigating the world. Let's begin with the ego types, the forces that shape our personal identity. These archetypes influence how we see ourselves and interact with others. 1. The innocent, the pure soul searching for light. The innocent believes in a world of wonder, kindness, and possibility. They are the ones who see beauty where others see darkness, the ones who trust in the goodness of people, even when life has tried to prove them wrong. Glowing star strengths, they bring hope, optimism, and joy. Their presence can uplift others, reminding people of the simple, beautiful things in life. They inspire others to believe again. Warning weaknesses, their naive trust can make them vulnerable. They may ignore red flags, avoid facing harsh realities, or believe people will change when they won't. Light bulb example, the friend who always believes in love, even after heartbreak. The dreamer who trusts life will work out, even when things seem impossible. The person who always sees the best in others, sometimes at their own expense. 2. The orphan, everyman, the seeker of belonging. The orphan longs for connection. They have seen life's hardships and know what it means to feel alone. More than anything, they want to belong, to find their tribe, their home, a place where they are truly seen. Glowing star strengths, deeply empathetic and relatable, they connect with people easily. They understand pain and know how to comfort others because they have felt it themselves. Warning weaknesses, their fear of rejection can lead to self-doubt. They may settle for less just to feel accepted or struggle with self-worth, believing they are not enough on their own. Light bulb example, the person who always tries to fit in, afraid of being left out. The friend who gives too much, even when they are hurting inside. The quiet observer who deeply understands people but rarely lets others in. 3. The hero, the warrior who refuses to break. The hero is the fighter, the one who never gives up. They see challenges as battles to be won, obstacles as opportunities to grow stronger. They thrive in adversity, always pushing forward, refusing to accept defeat. Glowing star strengths, courageous, determined, and unstoppable, heroes inspire those around them. They turn pain into power, proving that nothing is impossible with enough effort and belief. Warning weaknesses, the need to prove themselves can become exhausting. They take on too much, carry burdens that aren't theirs, and struggle to show vulnerability. Light bulb example, the ambitious entrepreneur who refuses to quit, even when the world tells them to. The athlete who trains through pain. The activist fighting for justice, even when the odds seem stacked against them. 4. The caregiver, the heart that heals. The caregiver is the one who gives without hesitation. They are the nurturers, the protectors, the ones who instinctively know when someone is hurting and rush to help. Their love is boundless, their compassion endless. Glowing star strengths, they bring warmth, love, and healing to those who need it most. They create safe spaces where people feel understood, cared for, and supported. Warning weaknesses, they often forget about themselves. They give until they are empty, struggling to say no, because they fear being seen as selfish. Light bulb example, the mother who sacrifices everything for her children. The friend who is always there, no matter the time or place. The person who gives and gives, sometimes forgetting to take care of themselves. What do these archetypes mean for you? These ego types are the foundation of how we see ourselves in the world. You may recognize one dominant archetype in you, or a mix of several. The key is awareness. Understanding which archetype influences you the most and how it shapes your choices. But beyond personal identity, there is something deeper, the longing for adventure, purpose, and transformation. This is where the soul types come in. Ready to explore the forces that drive you toward meaning and change? Let's continue the journey. Soul types, the inner journey of meaning and transformation. While ego types shape our personal identity, soul types guide us on a deeper journey, one of meaning, adventure, and transformation. These archetypes represent the forces within us that long for something greater than the everyday. They push us to explore, to create, to love deeply, and to challenge the world around us. If you've ever felt a pull towards something beyond the ordinary, it's likely that one of these archetypes is at play. Let's explore the soul types, the dreamers, the seekers, the revolutionaries. 1. The explorer, the seeker of freedom. The explorer craves the unknown. They are the ones who are never satisfied with staying in one place for too long, always searching for something beyond the horizon. Whether it's physical travel, spiritual discovery, or intellectual exploration, they need movement. Routine suffocates them, adventure fuels them. Glowing star strengths. Explorers are independent, adaptable, and endlessly curious. They thrive in change, seeing every challenge as a chance to grow. Their hunger for knowledge and experience makes them wise beyond their years. Warning weaknesses. Their restlessness can make them struggle with commitment to places, people, or responsibilities. They fear being trapped and may abandon relationships or projects if they feel confined. Lightbulb example. The world traveler who is never in the same place twice. The spiritual seeker exploring different paths to enlightenment. The entrepreneur who constantly reinvents their business to keep things exciting. 2. The rebel, the challenger of systems. The rebel does not accept the world as it is. They are here to break the rules, to challenge the status quo, and to create something new. They thrive on revolution, questioning authority, and fighting for justice. Whether subtle or loud, their presence shakes things up. Glowing star strengths. Rebels are fearless, bold, and determined. They stand up for what they believe in, even when no one else will. Their ability to see what is wrong with the world makes them powerful agents of change. Warning weaknesses. Their defiant nature can make them reckless and impatient. They may burn bridges, struggle with authority, or push away those who don't share their intensity. Lightbulb example. The activist who challenges corrupt systems. The artist who defies conventions with their work. The entrepreneur who disrupts industries by creating something revolutionary. 3. The lover, the one who seeks deep connection. The lover is ruled by the heart. They live for passion, beauty, and deep emotional connections. Whether in romance, friendships, or artistic expression, they seek intensity. To them, life is meant to be felt, not just lived. Glowing star strengths. Lovers have the gift of seeing beauty where others don't. They form deep, meaningful relationships and inspire others to open their hearts. They bring warmth, creativity, and emotional depth into everything they do. Warning weaknesses. Their emotional nature can make them vulnerable to heartbreak. They may become too attached, lose themselves in relationships, or act impulsively based on their feelings. Lightbulb example. The poet who writes about love's highs and lows. The romantic who believes in soulmates. The artist who expresses passion through their work, pouring their emotions into every piece. 4. The creator, the visionary who brings ideas to life. The creator is a force of innovation. They live to bring something new into the world, whether it's art, music, inventions, or ideas. Their mind never stops imagining. They are often perfectionists, endlessly refining their work to bring their vision to reality. Glowing star strengths. Creators are visionary, original, and inspiring. They have the ability to see things in ways others cannot, bringing beauty and innovation into existence. Their ideas can change the world. Warning weaknesses. They can become obsessed with perfection, losing themselves in their work while neglecting relationships or practical matters. Their fear of failure may prevent them from sharing their creations. Lightbulb example. The artist who spends years perfecting a masterpiece. The writer who loses sleep crafting the perfect story. The inventor who obsesses over an idea, determined to change the world. What do these archetypes mean for you? If you feel restless, passionate, rebellious, or creative, you may resonate with one or more of these archetypes. These are the forces that push you toward transformation, urging you to seek, love, challenge, or create. But the journey doesn't end here. Beyond personal identity, ego types, and meaning, soul types, lies something even greater, the search for wholeness. Next, we explore the self types, the final step in Jung's archetypal journey, the path toward authenticity, enlightenment, and true purpose. Are you ready to discover who you really are? Fire sparkles. Self types, mastering influence and wisdom. While ego types shape personal identity and soul types drive transformation, the self types are the final stage in Jung's archetypal journey. These are the archetypes of mastery, representing those who have gained wisdom, influence, and the power to shape their world. These archetypes are often seen in leaders, visionaries, teachers, and changemakers, those who guide others, shape reality, and leave a lasting impact. Whether through knowledge, humor, magic, or leadership, they operate at a higher level, understanding the deeper currents of life. Which of these powerful forces exists within you? 1. The jester, the light-hearted trickster. The jester sees life as a game, where laughter and joy are the keys to true freedom. They remind us not to take things too seriously, breaking tension with humor and play. They are the ones who lighten the mood, bring people together, and see life through a lens of fun and spontaneity. Glowing star strengths. Jesters use humor to connect with others. They are the life of the party, able to lift spirits and turn even the darkest moments into something lighthearted. Their energy makes people feel alive. Warning weaknesses. Because they often avoid seriousness, they may struggle with deeper emotional connections. Their humor can sometimes be a shield, hiding their true feelings, and they may be seen as lacking depth. Lightbulb example. The class clown who makes everyone laugh but rarely shows their struggles. The friend who always cracks jokes to diffuse tension. The performer whose comedy hides personal pain. 2. The sage, the seeker of truth. The sage is a deep thinker, a seeker of knowledge and wisdom. They are drawn to philosophy, science, and spirituality, always searching for understanding, clarity, and truth. They believe knowledge is power and use their insights to guide others. Glowing star strengths. Sages offer guidance, wisdom, and perspective. They have a natural ability to see the bigger picture, helping others make sense of life's complexities. They are often mentors, advisors, or scholars. Warning weaknesses. They can be so focused on logic and analysis that they struggle with emotions or human connection. Some become lost in thought, overanalyzing instead of acting. Lightbulb example. The philosopher who spends years searching for meaning. The spiritual teacher who guides others but struggles with personal relationships. The scientist obsessed with discovering the truth, even at the cost of personal happiness. 3. The magician, the visionary transformer. The magician is the most mystical of all archetypes. They see what others cannot, sensing hidden patterns, unseen energies, and the power of transformation. Magicians are creators of change, manifesting new realities and inspiring others to see beyond the ordinary. Glowing star strengths. Magicians bring transformation and wisdom into people's lives. They have a deep sense of intuition and can inspire great personal or collective change. They understand the power of the mind and the universe. Warning weaknesses. With great power comes great temptation. Magicians can fall into manipulation or deception, using their influence for control rather than growth. If they lose balance, they may become obsessed with their own power. Lightbulb example. The spiritual leader who transforms people's lives. The visionary entrepreneur who revolutionizes an industry. The mentor who helps others unlock their potential, but secretly fears losing control. 4. The ruler, the architect of order and stability. The ruler is the one who brings structure, stability, and leadership. They believe in order, discipline, and responsibility, often taking charge to ensure things run smoothly. They are the CEOs, political leaders, and family heads who provide direction and security. Glowing star strengths. Rulers create order from chaos. They are highly organized, ambitious, and capable of uniting people under a common goal. They provide stability and inspire loyalty. Warning weaknesses. Their desire for control can make them inflexible. They may become too authoritarian, struggling to adapt when things don't go as planned. Lightbulb example. The CEO who runs a company with precision but struggles to delegate. The leader who brings order but fears losing control. The parent who wants the best for their children but has trouble letting them make mistakes. What these archetypes reveal about you. The self-types represent the highest level of personal mastery. Whether through wisdom, humor, vision, or leadership, they shape the world around them. Ask yourself, do I find power and knowledge like the sage? Do I transform lives like the magician? Do I lead and create stability like the ruler? Do I bring joy and connection like the jester? Understanding which archetype guides you helps you step into your power, embrace your purpose, and master your influence in the world. Each of us carries a mix of these archetypes. The key to self-discovery is recognizing which ones are dominant in your life and how they shape your journey. So, which archetype speaks to your soul? Glowing star. Have you ever wondered why certain patterns keep showing up in your life? Why you respond to challenges in a specific way or feel naturally drawn to certain types of people? Understanding archetypes isn't just about labeling yourself. It's about self-awareness, growth, and transformation. Once you recognize the archetypes shaping your journey, you gain a powerful tool for navigating life with clarity and purpose. How recognizing archetypes fuels personal growth. Archetypes exist in the deepest layers of our unconscious mind, influencing our choices, fears, and desires. By becoming aware of them, we can. Small blue diamond recognize patterns in our behavior. If we constantly repeat the same mistakes or attract similar relationships, understanding our dominant archetype can help us break unhealthy cycles and choose differently. Small blue diamond identifies strengths and areas for improvement. Every archetype has gifts and challenges. A sage may have deep wisdom but struggle with emotional connection. A hero may be courageous but burn out trying to prove themselves. Recognizing these patterns allows us to grow and find balance. Small blue diamond improve relationships by understanding others. When we see people through the lens of archetypes, we understand their motivations rather than judging their actions. If a partner, friend, or colleague behaves a certain way, knowing their archetype can help us navigate conflicts with empathy rather than frustration. Practical examples: how archetypes shape your life. Archetypes are more than theory. They show up in everyday decisions, career paths, relationships, and personal struggles. Here's how understanding them can bring real change. Small blue diamond. If you identify as the hero, you might notice that you thrive in challenges, always seeking something to conquer. But you may also struggle with asking for help, feeling that you must always be strong. Recognizing this allows you to embrace vulnerability and avoid burnout. Small blue diamond. If you resonate with the caregiver, you likely find joy in supporting others, but you may neglect your own needs in the process. Learning to set healthy boundaries can help you continue giving without losing yourself. Small blue diamond. If you embody the explorer, you crave new experiences and independence, but you may also struggle with stability and long-term commitment. Recognizing this can help you find ways to balance adventure with deeper connections. Small blue diamond. If you are a rebel, you challenge the status quo and push for change, but you may sometimes act impulsively or resist authority just for the sake of it. Awareness of this can help you channel your energy into meaningful transformation rather than unnecessary conflict. By identifying which archetypes influence you, you can play to your strengths while working on your blind spots. This awareness brings a sense of direction and personal empowerment. Archetypes as a fluid journey. You are always evolving. One of the most important truths about archetypes is that they are not fixed. You are not just one archetype forever. You evolve through life. Different archetypes emerge in different stages of your journey, depending on your growth, experiences, and personal transformation. Seedling a young person might start as an innocent, full of optimism, and later shift into the explorer as they seek independence. Fire. A hero may eventually become a sage, turning their battles into wisdom that helps others. Performing arts. A jester may one day become a magician, using humor not just for entertainment, but to inspire transformation. Jung believed that the ultimate goal of personal growth is individuation, the process of becoming your most authentic, whole self. This means integrating all parts of yourself, learning from different archetypes, and stepping into your true potential. So, as you reflect on your own journey, ask yourself, which archetype do you embody today? And which one is calling you toward your next stage of growth? The answer may lead you to a new path of self-discovery. Archetypes are more than just labels. They are powerful forces that shape our thoughts, behaviors, and relationships. They influence how we see the world, how we react to challenges, and even how we connect with others. By recognizing your dominant archetype, you gain self-awareness, allowing you to harness your strengths, overcome limitations, and live a more authentic and empowered life. Whether you resonate with the hero, sage, lover, or magician, every archetype holds valuable lessons for your personal growth. Which archetype speaks to you? Now it's your turn. Which archetype do you resonate with the most? Are you the explorer seeking adventure, the ruler creating structure, or the caregiver offering love and support? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Speech balloon. If you found this journey insightful, don't forget to YW checkmark like this video to support more content like this. YW checkmark subscribe to stay updated on more deep dives into personal growth and self-discovery. YW checkmark turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Sparkle, stay tuned for more powerful insights on psychology, self-awareness, and transformation. The journey within is just beginning. Rocket fire.